Good evening, and welcome to the fascinating web series where we dive into the obscure world of internet communication, exploring chat rooms and the creepy people that lie within them. All conversations and people in these episodes are completely real, and as a warning, some of the content can be disturbing and some people may wish not to view. With that being said, please enjoy. Discord Predator Hunting.
Good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of Discord Predator Hunting. In today's episode, I'll be going over an example of someone who initially seems to be nice, but later on in the conversations really starts to let the predator side of themselves come out. We'll be talking to a 24-year-old man who believes it's acceptable to talk to a 13-year-old girl in a sexually explicit manner.
Since the last episode, I've been using the same profile, Jenna X, to see how many predators crawl their way into my direct messages, despite the profile picture being a shopped version of my own face. Today our focus will be on a man who goes by the name of Mr. Rom DJ. He's from France and is supposedly 24 years old. This predator is slightly different to the ones we've previously talked to. He is very cautious in the way that he talks to me at first, and makes it abundantly clear he's aware that doing certain things are off the table. A good start, but will he uphold his morals as the conversations go on? The date is 3rd of January 2019. I'm logged in on Discord as my fake profile, Jenna X, where I've joined multiple Discord servers intended for dating, some of which are specifically intended for teen dating, a predator's paradise. I'm waiting for potential predator to contact me, and surely enough, who pops in my DMs? Cue Mr. Rom DJ. With his first message, he immediately cuts to the chase.
Hi there, I'm from a server we have in common, and to be honest, I'm looking for a relationship.
Wow, lucky me, I feel so special. So I get into character and respond, hey, well, I've never had a relationship before. He questions this statement and asks,
Oh, I'll be the first?
Now that I have him intrigued, it's time to find out the age of this man to get it on the record. I say, well, it all depends how old you are. He tells me he's 24, making him the oldest predator we've talked to so far in the series. Now, it's time to get Jenna's age out there. I mean, I don't mind, but I am 13. Does this matter? After telling him this, he seems apprehensive, so I ramble on about how I'm mature for my age, which in turn makes him question whether or not he's too old for me. But unfortunately for him, the maturity of a 13-year-old makes no difference in the eyes of the law, and the fact that I say I don't mind doesn't make it okay for him to take things further. He is aware of this, as he points out.
But if we have a relationship, there is some things we could do.
When I ask why, he comes back with a very vague response.
I'd ask you.
I let him know that I'm up to do things, to which he says,
Do things I want, but like what?
Clearly this man is keeping a very cautious head on, as he doesn't want to incriminate himself. And that was the end of the 3rd of January. The next day's conversation is brief, as I respond late with, I don't know, I've never done this kind of thing before.
Hey.
And that's the end of January 4th. January 5th. And that's the end of January 5th. The next couple of weeks consist of small talk here and there. No actual proper development is made until almost a month later, when on the 28th of February, he asks once more if I'm looking for a relationship. Between now and almost a month ago, there's no telling who he's been talking to. Either way, he feels the need to come to me, a 13-year-old girl. I respond positively and also ask if he is looking as well. To no surprise, he is. He asks me if he still interests me, to which I tell him yes, to which he wastes no time in requesting to be my boyfriend, and of course, I accept. He wants to know what I could do given my age, so I tell him it's up to him. He requests to see me, to which I agree to do on the terms he sends me a picture of himself as well. And so I send him a picture of a girl above 18 years of age who looks similar to my profile picture. He tells me,
You are beautiful,
and then sends his own. As we are talking about our appearances, I tell him I'm nervous because I don't talk to many cute guys, to which he says,
Don't be nervous, babe.
Very slowly he's taking it further and further, but how far is his limit for a 13-year-old girl? I ask him where he's from, and he tells me France. Then I proceed to ask the same. When I tell him I'm from England, he makes this remark.
Oh, not too far. That's good.
When confronted, he says,
You are not American, it's that I mean.
Well, goodness knows what he would have suggested if I'd have said I'm from France as well. When small talk ensues, I inquire whether or not he's dated online like this before.
One time, to be honest.
Something makes me highly doubt that this man has only done this one time, and I shouldn't really feel that special. Once again, I go back to asking if he's bothered by my age, to which he still stands strong with,
No, not really.
But then he reiterates his previous point.
But there is some things that we couldn't do, I guess.
Curious as to what he could be implying, I pull him up on it and ask him, like what? He remains cautious and says,
I'll let you think.
after playing dumb for a while, it finally comes to us talking about sexual role-playing, to which he also hasn't done before.
The only thing I did with my first online girlfriend, that was exchange some nudes, so I don't have any more experience.
He goes on to inquire about whether it is something I could try. I keep an open mind and tell him I might be open to try it. He is courteous as he offers to try it with me. So we talk about it briefly and I ask him to go first. And surely enough, he sends to me a picture of his genitals and then tells me it's my turn. So I gather some explicit photos of adult females, but before I've even had the chance to send them to him, he goes on to say,
take a pic of your sweet blank.
So I send him a picture, but the only reaction given is,
you have more?
I agree to send one more in exchange for one more from him. Apparently, he's okay with this, as he goes on to give me instructions on what he wants me to do in the photo, giving me disgusting directions such as,
can you open more of that? Or can you put your finger inside?
absolutely disgusting. Nonetheless, I see it through. So I send him a picture matching the description and ask if that's better. He replies,
yes.
followed up by an absolutely vulgar statement,
I'm hard for you.
which is followed by a picture of his erect penis, accompanied by this question.
How are your tits?
I respond with, I would say I have okay-sized boobs, but I think they are too small. As we can see, his previous morals have gone out the window, as he says.
Show me, and I'll tell you.
However, I'm curious to see how far he'll push me to get a photo of what he thinks will be some underage boobs, so I inform him I don't feel comfortable with them. He tells me not to worry, to which I ask, do I need to send it? He says,
yes.
and also adds,
To be honest, I love small tits.
so I send him a topless nude, again taken from the internet. He reacts with,
Beautiful tits.
finally, his true predator side fully comes out when I ask him what he would do to me if I was with him now. And he tells me,
I would blank your tiny blank and maybe your little blank too.
then goes further to ask,
How could you make me blank?
he wants to take it a step further and suggests video calling, but he isn't able to speak on Discord, which is where I would have recorded the call. Obsessed with trying to get me to use WhatsApp to call him, we make no further progress as he repeatedly tells me he wants to blank for me. The last contact I made with this man was on the 3rd of February 2019, where after some small talk he says,
Miss you. Miss your body too.
At this point, I had way more than enough evidence to hand over to the Discord management team to have his account terminated. Like the rest of the predators that I talked to, unfortunately, this will most likely not stop them for long at all.
And that's the end of tonight's episode of Discord Predator Hunting. This is by far one of my most interesting series that I've ever made and would like to continue it much further in the future. To do that, all I ask is that you help me out by sharing these videos of these disgusting people with anyone you know. As always, I've been PickSurprise. Stay safe and goodbye.